Welcome to LC Screen Talk. My name is Larry, and this is my review of Ahead of the Curve. Ahead of the Curve is a 2020 documentary directed by Jen Reinen that follows the life of Franco Stevens, the founder of the largest long-running lesbian magazine, Curve. From inception to current day struggles, we follow the magazine and interview those who were impacted by its presence. Ahead of the Curve is another documentary offering at the 2020 CinemaQ Film Festival, a film festival here in Denver, Colorado that celebrates LGBTQ plus cinema. And this was another wonderful documentary in the festival. I thought this was just delightful. So let's go ahead and talk about the positives first. Well, not being a lesbian myself, this was really informative. Now, I have heard of Curve magazine before, though I've never really been a patron of it or explored it further. But it's a magazine that is big enough that I had heard of it, I knew what it was. However, it was so fascinating and empowering to watch how it came to be and watch this magazine just explode to the level that it had become. Franco Stevens is a fascinating person, and you can see just through this film how she was able to captivate people and get people to help her and cheer for her and help uplift this mission and dream she had because she's such a captivating and beautiful presence. Even through the screen on this documentary, you're just enamored with who she is as a person. And that certainly goes a long way in helping the documentary feel entertaining and keep your attention because not only her, but subject matters that they choose to interview, from slam poetry artists to office holders within the Philadelphia government, celebrities like Melissa Etheridge. Everyone is so interesting and they have such a passion and vibrance to them when it comes to the topic we're discussing that you're constantly engaged in the conversation. And it's also a really empowering film as you watch this magazine succeed and thrive and continue on. And even as we shift focuses moving throughout the film, it leaves you feeling inspired and empowered. I also really enjoyed the discussions about the word lesbian, where we are in the queer community right now, how that is an ever changing landscape, and how the needs of the LGBTQIA plus community look now compared to when the magazine was founded, and how we have to continue to adapt to those needs as they progress. Yes, we have marriage equality now. However, we don't have equality yet. The fight has to continue, and how do we continue it meeting those new and changing needs? And that was such an interesting concept and conversation that took place within this film. And it was really cool to see Franco, who herself is part of the older generation, if you will, talking to all of these young people who are really trying to push that boundary. So then, what doesn't work so well when it comes to Ahead of the Curve? Well, my only real negative, if you will, is that this is a pretty standard talking head documentary. It doesn't push boundaries of filmmaking. It stays in that very classic documentary format we have come to know. You get some footage, you get a lot of interviews with a lot of different people. There is a very linear structure as we move through to tell the story of Curve Magazine, where it started and where it is now, how we got here, as well as highlighting Franco's life along the way. So in that sense, for a magazine that was so daring and so boundary breaking, it might have been nice to see a documentary that kind of reflected that and pushed the boundaries and broke free a little bit more from what that standard documentary format is. But overall, I was highly entertained with this film. I thought it was fascinating. The subjects were more than interesting enough to overcome a standard format. I learned a lot and I left feeling inspired and empowered just watching this story. So definitely I think everybody within the queer landscape should check out Ahead of the Curve. Especially if you are a woman or woman identifying person, I think this is a wonderful film that will get you feeling really empowered, have great discussions, and be inspired by. So that is my review of Ahead of the Curve. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead, click like down below and subscribe to the channel so you are always up to date on my latest videos. Also, join in on the discussion. Have you heard of Ahead of the Curve? Have you heard of Curve Magazine? Are you subscribed? Let me know either in the comment section down below, or you can hit me up on Twitter. I love you all so much for your continued support. Mwah! Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!